Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a detailed review of an SUV that's built its reputation on rugged reliability, off-road capability, and timeless utility, the Isuzu Trooper. Whether you're a fan of old-school 4x4s or just curious about this often underrated vehicle, stick around as we take a close look at its design, interior features, performance on and off the road, and what you can expect to pay if you're thinking of getting one today. Let's start with what meets the eye first, the exterior. The Isuzu Trooper has always had a boxy, utilitarian look, and that's exactly what gives it its charm. Its upright stance, squared-off edges, and minimal curves reflect its purpose-built design. The second generation, which ran from 1991 to 2002, featured a more refined and aerodynamic silhouette compared to the first gen, but it still retained that rugged, no-nonsense vibe. The flared wheel arches and high ground clearance hint at its off-road capability, while roof rails, side steps, and optional bull bars added to its adventure-ready appearance. You'll often see them fitted with aftermarket mods like snorkels and winches, a testament to their use by off-road enthusiasts. Around the back, the swing-out tailgate and rear-mounted spare tire make it look like it's always ready to head into the wild. And depending on the trim level, you might find chrome accents, alloy wheels, and even two-tone paint options that give it a slightly more upscale look, especially on the LS or limited trims. Overall, it's not flashy, but it's definitely a design that's aged with character and purpose. Now stepping inside, the interior of the Isuzu Trooper is all about functionality, but you might be surprised at how comfortable it is, especially in higher trims. The dashboard layout is straightforward and practical. Everything is clearly labeled and easy to reach, with big, tactile buttons and knobs, something you'll appreciate if you're driving with gloves in cold or rough terrain. Seating is generous for both front and rear passengers. You get a high driving position with excellent visibility thanks to the large windows and relatively thin pillars. Leather upholstery, power adjustable seats, and even heated seats were available in premium versions, and the amount of interior space is quite impressive. This SUV can comfortably seat 5, and with the third row option, it stretches to 7, although the rearmost seats are best reserved for kids or short trips. Cargo space is another strong point. With the rear seats folded down, you get a massive, flat loading area that can handle everything from camping gear to hardware store hauls. The cabin isn't luxurious by today's standards, but it's built to last. You'll find hard plastics in most places, but they're tough and resistant to wear, perfect for a vehicle designed to handle rough conditions. Moving on to performance, the Isuzu Trooper isn't going to win any races, but that's not the point. Under the hood, you'll typically find a 3.2-liter or 3.5-liter V6 engine, depending on the model year. These engines produce between 190 and 215 horsepower and offer decent torque, especially in low-end ranges, which is ideal for off-roading. The 3.5-liter V6, found in later models, has a bit more grunt and does a better job of moving the Trooper's hefty frame. It comes with either a 4-speed automatic or a 5-speed manual transmission. The manual version gives you a more engaging experience, especially if you plan to take it off-road regularly. And speaking of off-roading, this is where the Trooper shines. Its part-time 4WD system, combined with solid ground clearance, a sturdy ladder frame, and optional limited slip differential, makes it a serious performer on rough terrain. It may not have all the modern tech of today's off-roaders, but its mechanical simplicity is what gives it long-term reliability and ease of repair. On the road, the ride quality is surprisingly comfortable for an SUV of its class. It's not floaty, but it absorbs bumps well and handles decently for its size. It's not a corner carver, obviously, but it feels planted and safe. Fuel economy, though, is one of its weak points. Expect around 14 to 17 miles per gallon, depending on your driving style and whether you're carrying a heavy load. Now, let's talk about pricing. The Isuzu Trooper was discontinued in the early 2000s, but it still maintains a cult following among SUV fans. Because of that, prices vary widely based on condition, mileage, and modifications. You can find early models in fair condition for as little as $3,000 to $5,000. Well-maintained later models, especially the 3.5L limited trims, might go for $8,000 to $10,000 or more, especially if they're low mileage or have off-road upgrades. One thing to keep in mind is that parts availability can be a bit tricky, so it's smart to factor that into your budget if you're buying one to restore or use regularly. So, is the Isuzu Trooper still worth it in today's market? If you're looking for a no-frills, go-anywhere SUV that won't break the bank, the answer is absolutely yes. It offers durability, solid off-road chops, and enough creature comforts to keep you happy both on the trail and around town. It might not have the brand prestige of a Land Cruiser or the technology of a modern crossover, but if reliability and capability are what you're after, the Trooper is still a beast worth considering. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review or own a Trooper yourself, drop a comment below, we'd love to hear your stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next video. Until next time, stay safe and keep exploring. Would you like a version with on-screen cues or a script tailored for voiceover and B-roll shots?